Hey everybody, this is Aaron Passantine, and I am pleased to welcome Kurt Raymond, Master Oz Impressionist, here today, finally at the end of the year 2005 for an interview, and we're just so happy to have him here finally on the site. Kurt Raymond is known as a Master Oz Impressionist, and he lives in Southern California in the San Fernando Valley. He worked professionally with Elaine Horne, who is the Judy Garland impersonator, as Dorothy for several years. They have both performed together in the Greek Theater. They have performed together in the Wizard of Oz sing-along that Warner Brothers has put together, and they've done that on tour right before the movie was shown with the sing-along. So they have done that together several years, and Kurt is just an amazing person, not to mention his impersonation he can do on the Wizard of Oz characters from the movie, but he is a wonderful individual as well. And so I am also pleased to say that this is Kurt's very first audio interview on the internet ever, and to top it off on the record, amazed to have as many people in the Oz community that we have been able to get, from Kurt Raymond himself to Elaine Horne to Eric Shanover and even John Fricke, who we all love. So here again is yet another wonderful Wizard of Oz interview, and this time we have Kurt Raymond. Hi, welcome, Kurt.
Hi, Aaron. How are you?
Very good. How are you?
Good.
Great.
Good.
All right, now for my very first question, please tell me how you got interested in the Wizard of Oz.
When I was 4 years old, in 1970, I actually watched The Wizard of Oz for the first time. And I watched it with my mother and my grandmother, and I remember nothing about that telecast except for two scenes. The scene where Miss Ghost turns into the Wicked Witch, and the scene where she is at the window sending the flying monkeys after them all.
Wow, interesting.
Those two scenes were very big in my life in terms of impact.
Yes.
For many years to come.
Yes, wow. Now, also explain about your upbringing and also how you ended up actually performing and meeting Elaine Horne.
Upbringing. Normal childhood. I had, I still have, two wonderful parents, and a sister, and
Good.
who thought that when I was a child that my Wizard of Oz interest would actually wane after several years. But when I became a teenager and the movie came out on video, it just accelerated that to the point of obsession. And a couple years after I graduated high school, it got bigger and bigger from there, and I saw that collecting just wasn't satisfying enough, so I actually started going out with no training and auditioning for stage productions and or just becoming a part of stage productions, and ended up doing the characters on stage, and it was very liberating, very cool, and still do that to this day.
Yes.
5 productions later.
Now, I know it has been told in 1980 you had gotten a bicycle, and then you ended up selling your bicycle so you could get the very first edition of The Wizard of Oz on VHS tape. Please tell me about that.
Correct. And I do remember the day that I did sell my bicycle.
Yes.
And it got to the point to where my bicycle was everything to me, but when my dad had told me that there was a new invention out called the video cassette recorder, I was not really all that interested until I saw an ad the next weekend for The Wizard of Oz being out on videotape. And when we got the video cassette recorder, of course, the first thing I wanted to do was get the video. So I was obsessed with that for about 3 weeks, and my dad said that I would have to pay for it myself, and the only way I saw to do that was to, have like a garage sale. And the biggest thing that actually sold was my bicycle, and that actually paid for the entire video, which I believe was $79.95 at the time.
Wow, very cheap today, isn't it?
Oh yes, very cheap.
Yes, very cheap.
Yeah, but to a youngin', it's pretty expensive.
That's right.
Absolutely worth it.
Absolutely, yes. Very interesting. And then a little while later, you ended up getting several other versions of the movie on VHS in different languages. How did you end up wanting to do that?
My parents had received a satellite dish, and the satellite dish is obviously something you can watch that has 300 or 400 stations from all over the world.
Yes.
And one night I had come home from high school and had seen in the TV guide Les Magiciens d'Oz, which is The Wizard of Oz in French. And it said Judy Garland and Ray Bolger as the cast, and I had a description obviously in French, and I didn't know what that was until at the end, at the bottom of the TV guide, it said 1939, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if that's the movie in French. And so I asked my mom if we could watch it, and she said sure, and sure enough, it was the MGM movie dubbed in French.
Wow.
And I watched the entire thing and realized that the dubbing was very well done. Had never seen, obviously, the classic dubbed in a foreign language before, and I was fascinated with it. So as soon as that was over, there was an address and a phone number of how to get it on video. And I wrote to a company, the company was in Canada, and I wrote to a company, which I believe is no longer in business, and asked for their American department, and asked the representative if I could obtain a copy of Les Magiciens d'Oz, which is a 1939 movie, but dubbed in French. And they gave me prices and sent off money order and had it in my house within 2 weeks.
Wow.
Now, so after that, I spent about 3.5 months memorizing the witch line in French. And it just went on from there. So now I have it in many different languages.
That's right. Amazing. Now, how old were you when you ended up getting that video cassette?
When I first got the French video?
Yes.
I was 19. I was 18. I just turned 18. I was still in high school.
Okay. And now the next question is, when you were in high school, and obviously I'm sure your friends knew of your interest in that movie.
Select friends, yes.
Yes. What did they say? I mean, did they, say, hey, why are you watching that movie? It's for kids or what?
Back in the 80s, it was a different time, and it was more when you're young like that, and I didn't just tell too many people. It was not something that it was like something I kept secret.
Yeah.
And just a few of my select friends knew. It actually came out in a big way when I was a senior in high school, and I was on the high school committee for floats and things like that.
Oh, okay.
Coming. And our theme was The Wizard of Oz. And one of my friends who knew that I liked this movie suggested that I actually run for designer to design this float. And I didn't know if it was such a good idea. It was a big project, and they kept saying, "Oh, you should do it. Wizard of Oz is such a big part of you."
Yeah.
And I said, "Yeah, but the whole school will know about it." And eventually, about a week later, I decided, I'm going to go for it, and I decided to help design the float and also perform on top of it.
Wow.
And it turned out really well. And before the float design dedication, everybody in the committee in high school actually came over to a friend's house, and we all watched the movie first to get inspiration for the designing of the float.
Oh, American version, right?
So after that, it didn't matter whether I liked Wizard of Oz or not in high school. Everyone knew I was the Oz guy.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
So it was the American version that you watched with them, correct? Okay, well, good. If it was one of the other versions, you would really have to do a lot of explaining if they didn't know.
If you can believe that, there were a couple of people, or a couple of students that had never seen it before. And that was very cool to actually watch it, with a group of people, and 2 people had not seen it, ever. And,
really?
To actually watch the reaction saying, "Oh, wow, I can't believe this is such a cool movie. I can't believe I missed it all these years." And, it was very cool to see the reaction.
That's great. That's very interesting. Now, next, we are going to talk about something else that you do very well, and that's what your title is, Master Oz Impressionist. And exactly, ultimately, it's the Wicked Witch. Amazingly, you do that well, and it's just something that was given to you, and now you actually can do that. So, first, quote a few lines from the movie in the voice, and then we'll hear some other things.
Was there any specific lines you would like to hear?
Let me think. Probably just the lines after Dorothy gets to the castle, the witch's castle, and I guess some of the lines that the witch has said there to her.
Okay, I'll say a couple lines. I'll just say whatever comes to my mind. How's that?
Okay, sure, that'd be fine.
Cool?
Sure, that'd be just fine.
Alright, let's see.
Okay.
But that's not what's worrying me. It's how to do it. These things must be done delicately, or you'll curse the spell. Catch him, you fool! Catch him!
Wow, amazing. Okay, wow, that is
fun.
unbelievable.
It's a lot of fun.
Yes.
A lot of people don't realize I can play the other characters. It's always the witch everybody wants to see.
Yes.
Because I guess she's the villain, and, you know, everybody is so focused on, you know, the villains of the movies that she's always the one that's most requested. So now I do her about 95% of the time now.
Amazing. Just absolutely amazing.
That's right.
Yes, that's right. Okay, now, if you also want to give the impression of the voice after the witch sees the ruby slippers, and I guess the little "I'll get you, my pretty" and all that, if you want to mention that, yes, please.
Okay.
Yes.
The scene where she said, like, they're gone, the ruby slippers going to be done?
Yes.
Okay. You ready?
Yes, I am.
They're gone. The ruby slippers. What have you done with them? Give them back to me, or I'll... give me back my slippers. I'm the only one that knows how to use them. They're no use to you. Give them back to me. Give them back. And as for you, my fine lady, it's true I can attend you here and now as I like. But just try to stay out of my way. Just try. I'll get you, my pretty, and a little dog, too.
Oh, wow. You know what? There are two sides to every person, it seems like. And it seems like you have two sides, which is unbelievable. Yes.
The evil side and the good side.
No, well, I certainly hope it's only a good side, but only in performance could it be part evil and part good.
But it is so fun to play a mean person.
Yeah, I bet. Now, please, since I haven't heard any Scarecrow impression or Tin Woodman, if you possibly can give at least a Scarecrow first, can you do that? Okay.
Let me see. I have to think about it here.
Sure.
Witch? I'm not afraid of a witch. I'm not afraid of anything. Except a lion match. But I'd face a whole box full of witches and matches for a box full of brains. Look, I won't be any trouble because I don't need a thing. And I won't try to manage things because I can't think. Won't you take me with you? Hooray! We're off to see a wizard! How's that?
That was great. Unbelievable. Did you practice for this when you were young, or did it just, come upon you or something?
Oh, yes. Much to the chagrin of my parents.
Yes.
Performing in front of a mirror and performing, watching the video and performing while the video was on. And I broke that VCR back in 1980 3 times.
Wow.
Watching it and fast-forwarding it and rewinding it and fast-forwarding it and rewinding it. And after the 3rd time, my dad said, okay, you're taking a month not touching the VCR.
And did you obey your father?
Yeah.
Kind of?
I did.
Okay. Wow.
I did.
Interesting. Now, can you even, demonstrate voicing on the Tin Woodman and the Lion at all, or is that not really?
Sure.
Okay, well, please go ahead with that.
Okay. Let me see. Let me do the line.
Okay.
Put 'em up. Which way first? I'll fight you about the 10 if you want. I'll fight you with one paw tied behind my back. I'll fight you standing on one foot. I'll fight you with my eyes closed. Oh, pulling an axe on me, eh? Sneaking up on me, eh? Why? How's that?
That was great.
Very cool.
Glad you like it, my pretty.
Yes, I do. Very much so. Wow.
It's a lot of fun.
Yes, it is. Well,
the Wizard of Oz characters are so much fun to play because you go from being one drastic characteristic of one character to another, and the characters are so different that I just love the versatility of playing everybody.
Yes.
But looks like the Wicked Witch is the character that I'm going to be destined to play forever now.
At least until you get really old and your voice gets so low, nothing will be able to stop you from doing.
You and I actually really sound like this for real.
Well, hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Then you'll be sure not to be hired anymore.
That's true. I'll probably be very hunched over and wouldn't be able to ride my broom side saddle like I can right now.
Yes, and Elaine will be able to get away from you even faster.
Yes, I won't be able to chase after her anymore like I can now.
That's right. Very funny.
I do a lot of that. I'm always chasing her somewhere.
Yeah, that's right. From one performance to the next performance.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay, now for the Tin Man.
Well, about a year ago, I was chopping that tree when suddenly it began to rain. And right in the middle of the chop, I rusted solid. And I've been that way ever since.
Wow, very, very, very good.
Thank you.
Amazing. It's almost
Fun
perfect.
stuff.
Yes, it's almost perfect, which, that's how good it is.
It's funny that my next favorite character, aside from the Wicked Witch, is the Tin Man, physically. But I've never really gone into depth with his voice like I have the other characters. And it always seems like he gets the short end of the stick, actually, because that character, it seems that nobody really, it's not really, people think of him not really as a colorful part, but just as a part, and he seems to get lost in the shuffle, and I think that's sad because Jack Haley did a phenomenal job.
Yes, absolutely. Now, for our next question I want to ask you about, how did you meet Elaine Horne? She is just an awesome person. Her portrayal as Judy Garland as Dorothy, as you know since you work with her, is just outstanding and hard to comprehend. Judy Garland's alive in a way, but as Dorothy,
I've not worked with a Dorothy that acts so scares me so well. She has Judy Garland down pat. She's got every single mannerism and her facial expressions and her awe of being in another world and her fear of being confronted with the Wicked Witch. As you can see in the DVD, it shows very well.
Yes.
And when you see her live in person, it's even better because the audience can actually connect with her, in a way that you can't connect on a TV screen.
Exactly.
And the children just love her. And when I see that the children love her, it makes me even want to hate her more in terms of performing.
Yes.
And it's really nice to see that she portrays Dorothy in a very loving tribute to Judy Garland.
That's right.
The kids and the adults just love her to death.
Amazing. Yes, now tell me at least first how you ended up meeting her. Did you,
I did an event, it was an event, that Beyond the Rainbow to Oz had put together, reuniting several of the Munchkins from the original movie, to come back to the Covert Hotel where many of them stayed while they filmed The Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
And it was the first time that they had all come back to that hotel since 1938, and there was a big publicity celebration for this event, for this gathering, and all the media was there, Entertainment Tonight and E, and I'm trying to think. I don't think E was E then. Oh yeah, it was E then. Okay,
Entertainment, yeah.
Thinking, back in '88, it was another name.
Oh.
Changed to E, like 91 or 92.
Huh.
I digress. And it was such a big deal that Elaine Willingham, who is the webmistress for Beyond the Rainbow, she wanted to make everything perfect. So with the Munchkins, she decided to hold like a big. No, it wasn't an auction, but it was like a big room full of vendors, Oz vendors that sold their Wizard of Oz products. the room was filled with Oz vendors selling their Oz product, and obviously there were so many people that were expected to show up because there were so many Oz collectibles being sold that there had to be like a diversion for all of the people that were expected to show, and I believe over 1,100 people showed up that night, and Elaine Willingham had hired me to play, well, not hired, but she asked me to play the Wicked Witch for the evening, and Elaine Horn had gotten a hold of her, and she had read it on the internet that this event was going to happen, and she got a hold of Elaine Willingham, and Elaine hired Elaine Horn to play Dorothy for the evening.
Wow.
And the two of us met, and it was electric, our performance. We knew right off that it was going to be a great connection in terms of her being scared of me and me being so evil to her, and it was when we met, it was just like, wow, okay, I met a great Dorothy. This is going to be great.
Yes.
And I believe it was Access Hollywood was there during the middle of part of the evening, and they actually captured the two of us and showed it on that the night after the event. They showed us together performing, and it was very cool to see.
Sure.
And that was the beginning of a wonderful relationship.
Yes, wonderful.
Between Dorothy and the Witch.
Great, wonderful. That's exciting. That's very exciting. I'll just mention everybody that knows my website that's listening, videosforfamily.com, and has listened to the other interviews. Everyone knows that I've had John Fricke on several times. We put a discussion panel together and had Eric Shanover on, and Robert Baum, L. Frank Baum's great-grandson, and finally we have Kurt Raymond, not to mention already Elaine Horn. So, as everyone knows, you see all that, you hear all that, but I have not once even been able to meet Elaine Horn or Kurt Raymond and see them perform. So,
eventually you just might, my pretty.
Yes, and that is the point. I will say to everybody, I still have not, and I think that even as I'm speaking to you now, I think you can tell that this will be even more electrifying for me to finally see you all in person in a performance one time.
You never know. Some big, huge Oz event might just happen, and you never know. We might all just get together in one huge venue or forum, and it would be great.
Yes, it would be great. Okay, now, also, I want you to please explain, I guess over the past few years you also have performed with her, but you have also been involved with Oz Central, apparently, and the situation regarding the amusement park that they were going to have up in New York. Everyone knows that they have gone to great lengths to put it up, and, different things have happened to not let that go about with their financial issues and their building committee. If you can talk about your involvement a little bit with that as well, and regarding the press booklet, and I think you know what I'm talking about. So, yes.
Several years ago, there was always the idea to bring a Wizard of Oz theme park to life, and when I was a kid, I had always dreamed of working at a Wizard of Oz type theme park, and when I had heard about this, I thought it was a very good idea. I'm not currently involved or related to Oz Central, but I do keep the tabs on what is happening with the theme park that, was, unfortunately, it was supposed to happen in Kansas, and it was pulled, and now it's, it's a possibility it might be in another state, which is great.
Yeah.
I completely support that, and you never know. If it actually does get built, I would like to be a part of it, and then that way I won't have to watch from behind the scenes to see, just exactly what transpires to make this thing a reality.
Yes.
And several years ago, when the theme park was being planned, they had drawn up an elaborate color press book, and had sent it to different financial potential financial backers in hopes to get the financial backing to build the park. And this press book was just absolutely beautiful. It was many pages long and had a lot of color photos in it, along with some color artist renderings of what the park would look like, and it was stunning. So if they build it according to what those designs were several years ago, that park is going to be an absolutely beautiful place.
I hope it happens soon. Really, I hope it happens soon. Yes. Now, as everyone knows, Warner Brothers finally has re-released The Wizard of Oz into a wonderful collector's disc set and 2 collector's disc set, and surprisingly and thankfully enough for you, you were able to be part of that, including Elaine Horn with several other people. Tell me about that, and a little bit with your involvement in that.
It was thrilling, to say the least, to be contacted by Spark Hills, who did the DVD extra documentaries for the DVD, and I have John Fricke to thank for that, because he actually was the person that kind of referred me to them. They were looking for some interesting people to bring the Legacy of Oz to life, and that is how I was involved in that. And thank you, John. I appreciate that. And so Spark Hill gave me a call, and they asked if I could do the witch over the phone, and then they asked me to send them any pictures or videotape of my performances, and I did, and they took a look at them, and within a couple of days they're like, well, would you like to be involved in our Legacy of Oz piece in the DVD? And I was jumping for joy, because this was an incredible opportunity to let people see all the love and the affection that I have for this movie come out in not only in a performance, but in an interview as well. And it was, can't even tell you, it was just absolutely thrilling. And the night that we filmed it, it took several hours, and we filmed it at a theater in Glendale. And Elaine and I were called upon to do our shtick that we do live at various theater venues, and then they asked us to do certain scenes alone so they could get their close-ups, and then they sat each one of us down separately and asked us a series of questions. And Elaine got a series of questions, and I got a completely different series of questions, and we both answered them to the best of our ability, and hoped for the best. And it was just wonderful how it turned out, and they just picked the best scenes of the performance and the best scenes of the interviews for both of us, and I'm very, very, very pleased with how it turned out.
Great. I am too. I told Elaine already that I am very pleased with it, but I honestly wasn't sad to see a lot more of both of you on there. I think it would be interesting, but as everyone knows, they can only use a certain amount of pieces and everything when it's put together.
Correct. But, and they're, obviously, they can only fit so much on a DVD. They had so much information and so many interviews with so many people that obviously you can't put everything in. But I'm just happy that I got the time that I got. So I am not complaining in any way, shape, or form. I'm just very, very, very pleased with it. And pleased with the amount of time that they devoted to my ugly green face.
Yes, well, that's what it takes sometimes. Sometimes you have to do the mean thing in order to get the good thing. Not always, but in this case, yes.
Okay. I am ready to do the Wicked Witch once again! No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
As far as, I'm not sure if your listeners out there know, I used to write to Margaret Hamilton when I was a kid, and I started when I was 10, and Fred Meyer, who was the secretary of the International Wizard of Oz Club at the time, my dad knew someone who knew someone who was in the club, and gave me the address to Fred Meyer in Michigan, and as a 10-year-old, I asked them if the Oz Club had any pictures of Margaret Hamilton that I might be able to have from my now growing collection. And Fred Meyer graciously sent me back a letter with Margaret Hamilton's address to her house in New York at the time.
Wow.
And said, well, Kurt, we don't have any Wizard of Oz photos, but maybe she has something like this. Her address is blah, 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 blah. And when I got that letter, I'm like, I have her home address. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
And I like that night, I began writing like a 3-page letter to her about how much I enjoyed her and everything else a 10-year-old could possibly write. And, my dad sent it off, and It took about 3.5 months to get a response.
Wow.
And, my parents kept saying, she's an indie actress. At that time she was doing the Cora coffee commercials for Maxwell House. And so I know she was very busy, and my parents would say, relax, if you get a response, it might be, a month or two. And it was, but when that package came with my very first autographed photo, it was just phenomenal.
Wow.
And that I had actually made a connection with this actress who I just fell in love with her portrayal of the Wicked Witch. So, it was wonderful. A photo of her, after about a week, I was not satisfied with that, so I turned around and sent her another letter, which, of course, she sent back, and that turned into, every couple of months, sending a letter, getting a photo, sending a letter, getting a photo. And it was wonderful. And I have one of her photos, the best one that I've had since I was a kid. The best, when you're a kid, you hold on to things, and sometimes they get ripped or torn or whatever. But my very best photo that I have that's in the best condition is actually framed on my wall.
Wow. And
it's a picture of her melting. It basically says that she's telling the three characters, don't go because I'll be back. And then it says warmest wishes instead of warmest wishes. It says wishes.
That's very, very funny.
W. Margaret Hamilton.
Neat. That's very interesting. Yeah, it's things like that you get that, you want to protect, you want to save, and, you never want to see
when you're a kid, you don't think about, saving it as collectible or that.
Yeah, exactly.
You're happy to have it. And back then there wasn't a lot of pictures of the Wicked Witch available in books and that type of thing, and video had not come out at that time. So to actually have a photo of her was just, wonderful.
Yes.
For a kid like me.
Yeah, and the rest of them
too. I treasured it and looked at it, and got fingerprints all over it, and anything else a kid could get all over it. So,
boy.
As I got older, and I grew up and realized that I need to take care of these things a little bit more.
That's right.
Started putting them in scrapbooks and things like that, to where I wouldn't have such a reason to touch it all the time.
Yes.
And look at it. So.
Neat. At least for collectibles, I don't have hardly anything compared to you guys. All of you have. I mean, one of the things I have.
You're young. You've got many years of collecting.
Of course. But one of the things I have is the record and book that the Disney company put together many years ago of the Scarecrow of Oz, and I have that. I have that record, and that's pretty rare, don't you think? Is that worth something?
Yeah, I actually have it also. It's the big album, right?
Correct, yes.
Okay, the big album with the 11-page book inside?
Yes.
Yeah, I actually, I just recently acquired a mint-condition copy, because the one I had as a kid, obviously, was in bad shape.
Yes.
And I'm just starting, as the years go by, to, replenish things that I've either lost or basically ruined as a child. So I just recently got a mint-condition version of that.
Wow.
And it was actually one of my favorite booking records. Even though it wasn't the Wizard of Oz movie, it was still a really well-done version of Mom's book, and I used to listen to it all the time and look at the book, because there was a witch in it.
Yes, great.
And I believe it was done by the same artist who did their version of the Wizard of Oz that came out, I believe, 2 years later.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the 60s, right? The other one in 1969? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have that too, so...
Do you?
It's great, yes, I do. And I have, actually those are records, but for the books, some of the books I have, I believe I have all of the original Golden Book editions that they did of the Disney movie Return to Oz. I have all of those. So, I mean, I have some of that stuff as well, so... But
it was funny that album, the book and record album that Disney put out of The Wizard of Oz, that I listened to that so much...
Me too.
...that I actually was hired to do The Wicked Witch of the West in a book-on-tape adaptation in 1998 of The Wizard of Oz.
You were?
And I based my entire performance on the woman who played the Wicked Witch in the Walt Disney Book and Record.
Really? Oh my.
Yeah, and her vocal inflections and everything, I did it almost just like her, as like a tribute to, when I was a kid listening to her performance.
Amazing.
I don't recall the actress's name, but she did a phenomenal job.
Amazing, wow. Who published that?
Monterey Soundworks.
Okay, I am going to be getting a copy of that sometime eventually. That'd be amazing.
It was a lot of fun, and it's
verbatim
from the L. Frank Baum novel. And so it was interesting. It is actually the only time in my career that I have played the Bond's version of The Wicked Witch, word for word from the original book, and that was so much fun.
Well, great. I'm glad that you mentioned that. I think that would be very interesting for everyone to hear that. Wow, that's great. I think that one of these companies should actually do a Trauma Days version of The Wizard of Oz and have you and Elaine Horne together. I think that would be just one of the best things. I hope.
If they were to do a stage adaptation of the book, I would love to do that.
Yes.
I've actually done a stage adaptation of the film.
Yes.
And have been dressed as the Denslow version of the witch.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of Margaret Hamilton, I did a Margaret Hamilton impression, but they wanted to do the costumes completely differently.
Huh.
And so instead of all black, I was in yellow and black, like a yellow jacket.
Yeah.
And, complete with an umbrella and an eye patch and everything.
Wow.
And, but I still had to say lines from the movie, so it wasn't quite like the original book. So when I actually got the book on tape, I was ecstatic that, I could actually finally do the original lines as L. Frank Baum had written them.
Yes, indeed. But to actually have something recorded by you and Elaine Horne on audio cassette or dramatized, I think that would sell well. I think people would.
That would be fun.
Enjoy that. So that would be interesting one day. So now, all right. Now, please tell me, have you read all of L. Frank Baum's original Wizard of Oz books?
I have read all the way up to The Magic of Oz.
Okay.
And the Magic of Oz is my favorite L. Frank Baum book next to The Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
And unfortunately, I haven't read the rest of them.
Okay.
Eventually, someday, before I'm 80.
Yes, I hope so. Why before 80 then, would be the question.
I'll have enough time to actually sit down and read a book.
Interesting. Funny. Now, I want to know about your comments on Disney's 1985 movie, The Return to Oz. Tell me what you think of that, and I'm sure you've seen it. I want to hear what you have to say about that.
I did see it. I saw it when it first came out.
Okay.
And I thought it was very innovative. Well, I thought it was... I'm just glad that they stuck to the movie in certain parts, because I'm so enamored of the movie that anything at the time, anything that strayed away from the formula, I would have been like, But they did it in a way that I had already read, up to The Magic of Oz by the time that movie had come out. So I was familiar with how Baum's world was, and it's a completely different feel than the MGM movie.
Mm-hmm.
So when Return to Oz was shown at the theater, I definitely felt that it had a Baum essence to it. And it was not like the MGM film. Obviously, it wasn't a musical. But they did try and retain the spirit of L. Frank Baum's Oz, and I think they did a really good job of that. So I enjoyed it for that aspect.
Yes.
And I obviously there was really no way that they could get away from, using the ruby slippers and a couple other things from the film.
Right.
And having the characters in Kansas, reappear in Oz and that type of thing, which I'm glad that they retained that.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think the film gets a bad rap. So I really think that they did a good job of doing or actually mixing Baum's spirit and the little bits of the MGM movie that most Oz fans of the film are used to seeing. And I think that film also, it got a bad rap and a lot of bad reviews when it first came out, but it's become somewhat of a cult film nowadays. And many people enjoy this film for what it is, a loving tribute to Baum's work.
That's
and
right.
If you look at it as a separate entity from the MGM film, it's quite an enjoyable movie.
Yes.
And that's my take on it now.
Yes, very much so. I think the score, ultimately, for me, I just love the most. And the ending music, if you can recall the ending music to that movie, I mean...
Session?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, of all the music that I probably have heard that would be semi-classical or whatever, that music probably is the most beautiful music I've ever heard, and it's still true to this day. So.
And it's funny that there in certain Oz circles, people do consider that the official sequel to The Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
Even though yes they did mesh a couple of books together,
mm-hmm.
I feel that it's still true to Baum's spirit in terms of visually and musically.
I think
and,
so.
It's a good film.
Yes. Now, I think this will be very funny for most people, at least with these questions, because things are about ending here, but do you sing at all? And then when you ever have really performed, do you sing?
Interesting, because nowadays, it seems that producers who put on large-scale, big-budget productions of The Wizard of Oz tend to go more towards the Wicked side of things. Wicked being, the Broadway music that's become so popular lately.
Right. Yes.
And they actually have inserted a section of the jitterbug for the Wicked Witch to sing.
Really?
Yes. And I have been called upon to sing the jitterbug in the witch's voice on occasion.
Oh, no.
I have auditioned and sung the jitterbug in the witch's voice. I've lost the part. So
you didn't.
I'm not sure if it's a sticky situation with Oz fans when producers do that, because it's not true to the film. And my whole basis for performing this character is to stay as true to the film as possible.
Right.
And even though Wicked is very popular, it is what it is for what it is, which is a completely separate, Broadway musical.
Exactly,
and when you try and have a character that didn't sing in the past sing in a show like The Wizard of Oz, especially when it is a true to the movie version, I feel it's inappropriate.
Yeah, I understand.
I will ask first
Yes.
if at an audition if they plan on singing, if they plan on having the Wicked Witch sing. If they do, I will not audition.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that probably would be good.
I'm the film, and I don't feel that it's appropriate.
Yes. It's a matter also...
Why? Do you want me to sing the jitterbug in the witch's voice?
No, I want you to sing in your normal voice, but...
Oh, no. I actually don't sing.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, unfortunately. I wish I was born with that talent, but...
Yes.
I think the Wicked Witch and
all the other characters.
My artwork is not as far as it goes.
Yes. Yeah. Now, can you tell me, I guess, at least for you, if you don't mind answering, what kind of, is your favorite food? At least, of course, your favorite movie must be The Wizard of Oz. If you can kind of explain at least what your favorite food is, what kind of ice cream you like, a couple of little common things like that, at least for you. I think people don't even know anything like that.
My favorite food, anything with meat in it. Hamburger or roast beef or steak or...
Yes.
Flank steak actually is one of my absolutely favorite foods.
Really? Wow.
Yep.
And what's...
ice cream. Chocolate ice cream.
Chocolate ice cream.
Yum.
Okay. So you don't like any of the other flavors of ice cream then?
I do.
Okay.
But if chocolate is available, I will take that over everything else.
Yes. You remind me of John Frucky. That's exactly, he has said that he had eaten ice cream too much way as a child, but he loves chocolate and stuff, like Hershey's Kisses and all of those things. This is what he loves most. So.
Chocolate is a detriment.
Yes. Yes.
To my waistline.
Yeah.
And if I eat too much of it, I won't be able to play the Wicked Witch much longer.
You won't be called upon to do anything much.
But chocolate is chocolate is, as far as meat is concerned.
Yes.
I love steak.
Yeah, that's great.
As far as sweets, bring me chocolate any day.
Any chocolate. Okay, that's interesting. Now, at least for you growing up, can you share maybe a very interesting moment or something that, not necessarily would be embarrassing, but something that, you wouldn't want to repeat again, or that you're not going to forget, as a child, as a teenager, anything that you can recall?
As in relating to the Wizard of Oz?
No, not necessarily. Something that you've done growing up that happened by accident that you felt embarrassed about, or you didn't want it to happen again. Some kind of story. Something like that, possibly.
Oh boy. And it doesn't have to do with Oz?
Actually, make sure it doesn't have to do with it this time.
No.
Yes. If you can't, then it would have to be, I guess, but if you can think of something.
Well, actually, it does actually have to do with Oz.
Okay.
Kinda, and I actually got in trouble for this when I was younger.
Yes.
Playing the Wizard of Oz when I was very young, and throwing the bucket of water.
Oh.
And I accidentally missed my friend, and my sister was walking behind, and she got hit with the water by mistake.
Oh, what'd she do to you?
It was actually grounding time for me.
Grounding time.
Yes. So I was grounded for a weekend.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, because I was not supposed to play with real water when you're, 8 years old.
Yeah. And did you do that intentionally?
Well, we intended to throw the water, obviously, but I did not intend to have it hit a relative.
Oh.
So that was an accident.
Yes.
That was an accident. I didn't mean to kill anybody.
Very funny.
And I got in trouble because I think my sister was wearing something fairly new and fairly expensive.
Boy, I see.
She walked in, and we were outside, but I think she was coming in to tell me it was not time for dinner, but it was time to do something, and unfortunately, my friend didn't duck, so it hit my friend, but it also hit my sister.
Boy.
Yeah. So that taught me at a young age, don't use real water. In stage productions nowadays, they definitely use real water.
Yes, of course.
Yes, and I always request that too. Are you going to use real water? Don't use confetti. Confetti doesn't look good with the black.
Oh, of course not. Very funny. Okay, alright, now as we want to kind of finish some of the stuff up here today, I want to ask you how you personally have really, if you think about the question, how do you think movies have influenced people over the last 50 years?
Well, movies themselves have changed in terms of subject matter and how they're done in terms of not just storyline, but the stories that are brought to the screen, and also special effects have changed movies. Movies obviously influence people on a day-to-day basis, but movies themselves have changed. Ever since The Wizard of Oz was made, years and years ago, people. It's funny being an actor. I can see that the way movies have been done or being shot are similar to how it was done 65 years ago. And but as far as the subject matter that is being shown today, it's quite a different story. And they're always trying to find new things to bring to the screen, and some are appropriate, some are not. It just depends on what kind of a movie you're in the mood for. Movies nowadays. There's actually not enough family entertainment nowadays.
That's right. Very true. Alright, now we want to also focus on something very important in the whole world of Oz, which is the very special premiere of the re-release of the Wizard of Oz movie just this past October, with its wonderful, glorious restoration on this movie. So please tell me about you going to the premiere.
Well, number one, I was happy that I didn't have to go dressed as a Wicked Witch.
Yes, I'm sure.
I was able to kind of dress up for the evening. Getting the invitation in the mail was a thrill because it was a very professionally printed card with the 2-disc artwork on the cover, and on the reverse was the description of the evening's of what they had planned for the evening, and the decor for your dress for the evening was ruby red. Come in something that was ruby red, and
yes.
So my sister and I actually took my sister to the premiere, and she was scrambling to find something that had red in it. We ended up wearing black anyway.
Oh boy!
With shades of red in our outfits. And, it was a fun evening, and they had the standard red carpet, and leading up to the door of the theater, which I believe was held at the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences.
Yes.
And I got to see a lot of old Oz friends there. Some I hadn't seen for several years, and just the thrill of actually sitting in a theater, listening to the Munchkins talk, about their various experiences in the movie and the restoration process. There was a special presentation, a special slideshow about the restoration of the film, before and after it was over, or before and after it was done, and to kind of compare of what it used to be as opposed to what we were about to see, and that was very, very cool to see. And then the movie started, and the lights went down, it went dark, and people were just excited about the prospect of this coming out on DVD, looking exactly, if not better, than how it was in 1939, and I have seen, prints prior to 1998 I've seen dye transfer prints of this movie before it was restored in 98.
Really?
It was extremely colorful, and I didn't know if we would ever be able to see something like that again, and Warner Brothers just outdid themselves.
Yeah, that's right.
In terms of being able to restore the movie according to what I remember seeing in a theater umpteen times prior to 98. And whenever there was a Wizard of Oz screening in Los Angeles or in the town I was living in, south of Los Angeles, I would actually take either a friend or my sister, and we would go, and I remember it being so colorful. And the 98 restoration was great, but it didn't give me the feel that it does now, and I'm very, very pleased with it.
Right, I am too, and I can't say it enough on how clear it looks, how beautiful it looks, and I mean, it's amazing. Not me, when I watched it for the first time, and at least started when I see her opening the door, I just got a big smile on my face, because I just knew that everything that they had said was true about this restoration. It was the best ever. So
you can definitely tell that they spent a lot of man hours.
You can tell.
Painstakingly restoring the original negative.
Absolutely.
And there have been restorations in the past. There was one for The Ultimate Oz in 1993. And obviously the 1998 re-release, the Kansas scenes were restored as sharp as they could have been, and they were good. And the print of the 1998 DVD was stellar, but this one outshines it.
Right.
And it's very nice to know that the public is actually seeing Oz for what it really is, a spectacle of color and beauty that is unsurpassed by any motion picture. I don't care how digital it is and how colorful movies are made today in terms of special effects and computer animation. The Wizard of Oz will always surpass those movies.
I think so, and I think the main reason is because, one, that was, I believe it's true, and I think you can back me up on it, that isn't it true that was the very first movie they had any kind of special effects like that at that time. That was the first ever, correct?
Yes.
Yes, that's what I thought.
No one had seen special effects like that.
That's right.
In 1939
Absolutely.
Or prior to 1939. The technology just wasn't there, and it just took MGM to put all of its financial resources into effect to make this movie.
That's
and no amount of computer digital technology can show the amount of heart, brains, and nerve that was put into making The Wizard of Oz, because like I've mentioned, no one can do again what was done in this movie. It was a one-time deal. People did not know at the time how it was going to turn out, and if they were still living and they knew, today that it would become such a cultural phenomenon, they would all probably just faint dead away.
I'm sure, and if only Judy Garland and some of them could see in years ahead and not have died. Obviously, they had to die, but to look and see what could be done. Think about what they would say. They would just be dumbfounded over it or something.
Well, at least Margaret Hamilton and Ray Bolger and Jack Haley were able to live long enough to see the legacy beginning.
Yes.
And I know Ray Bolger died about
1980 something.
Sorry?
1980 something, 1988 or 1987, okay.
And at least, he and Margaret Hamilton and Jack Haley had seen, almost 20 years worth of telecasts for Jack Haley and over 20 years worth of telecasts for Miss Hamilton and Bolger.
Mm-hmm.
You were able to see the growing phenomenon and the love that the public was giving this film, and they enjoyed their newfound celebrity status. Margaret Hamilton was a little puzzled by it. She was like, "Wow, I made that so many years ago. People still remember me for that." But she was excited to know that people remembered her for something she had done so long ago, and then it kept on growing.
Right.
As the years progressed.
Absolutely.
One of these days, I will. Well, it's funny that whenever I do a performance, it's just before I'm about to perform, I always look up and say, "Maggie, I hope you're with me."
You mean you hope that God is with you? That
too.
Yes.
That too.
Yes.
And it's something that Oz is universal.
Yes.
Just like God is universal.
That's right.
And, you know, it's just a beautiful thing.
Yes.
It's just a beautiful thing.
Very much so. Now, I thank you so much for your time spent on here today, and I would like you, yes, you're welcome, I'd like you to now give a comment on our website, and I guess I would like you to actually kind of say how you ended up finding it in the first place.
Finding videos for family?
Yes.
Through the Wizard of Oz Club.
Okay, that's
the Wizard of Oz Club message boards. There's always, people obviously post on there all the time with Oz announcements and things like that, and I noticed that you do frequent postings, that you do interview people in the Oz community, and I was very curious, so I went to your website, and I took a look at it, and I thought it was very well done, very thoroughly researched, and the movies and the TV shows and the like that you have on there, your interests are similar to mine in the fact that a lot of the DVDs, and movies that I actually have are family entertainment, like Christmas-related movies and, the Rankin Bass animated specials, Little House on the Prairie, that type of thing.
Yes.
I grew up with all of that.
Yes.
And, that's something that I never want to get rid of.
Yeah.
And as a kid, those types of movies were always influential to me, and so I've carried that over as an adult. And
right.
So a lot of my movies that I have in my collection are G-rated family entertainment,
yes.
And that's just me.
Yes.
I just happen to play the most evil, vile villain in children's literature and movies. Go figure.
Oh, only on the performance side. You got to keep that on the key.
That's true.
Yes.
Nowadays, you're lucky that you have the internet, because it's an outlet that you can express what how you feel about putting family entertainment out there for everyone to see. And at your age, I didn't do half as much at your age than you have now,
right.
And you've done quite an accomplishment with the website, and promoting family entertainment and getting all of us together to talk about Oz.
Yes,
and
thank you.
Being an Oz fan yourself, I'm sure you're enjoying this just as much as I am, and we are, and so I appreciate being a part of this,
yes.
And I definitely wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. I appreciate it too, and all for you as well. So much more for you, since you have more of a career ahead of you, and that has been behind you that I have ever done.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yes.
You've come a long way.
Yes.
In your young age.
I know, and I appreciate it. I've been able to do what I've been able to do and continue it, because each one gets better, and this right here has been yet one of the better. So and it's all because of the other person, which in this case would be you, and I do make that known for everybody, because Kurt Raymond is truly a Master Oz Impressionist, and
Thank you, my pretty.
yes, and
I appreciate that.
yes, and so is Elaine Horn, but she has a wonderful different approach to it as Dorothy, which we all know.
Someday I hope you get to see all of us live in person.
I hope so. I do hope it will be next year. I do.
You never know. The 70th anniversary is just around the corner.
Yes.
So
It will be
you
exciting.
never know.
Yes.
And I'm sure. I think the 50th anniversary of the telecast of The Wizard of Oz on television is 2006.
Yep, November.
Yep. So
Yes.
I'm not sure if Warner Brothers is going to be doing anything,
I hope so.
but I hope so too. I don't think that's a milestone that I think that they should definitely capitalize on.
Absolutely.
I mean, they did it for 96 for the 40th. I don't see any reason why they can't do anything for.
That's great. I need to mention this. The rating system that we are trying to put together is called FV, standing for Family Entertainment. This rating would be hopefully preceding the G rating, or be more to be something in between G and PG. It would be basically family movies that would be free of slander, free of language, free of any kind of obscene material on the movie, and any movie under this kind of rating would be just so well produced that any parent would not even think twice when they let their child in front of the television and watch this movie, or if it were to be a DVD. So obviously, most people know there's a need for that kind of thing.
There is.
Really.
Unfortunately, they think that the PG rating is going to bring, everybody in, and they're afraid that the G rating is going to, kill the movie, which I think is a very wrong opinion to take.
Right.
Because it just, there's, like I said before, there's not enough family entertainment out there,
mm-hmm.
and there's, most movies nowadays are PG, and it doesn't seem like, if it is a G-rated movie, it's animated, and even those are few and far between. And when I was growing up, there was at least maybe 25, 30 movies, a year, easily, that was G, before it even went to, a PG rating. So there was a lot more of that then than there is now, and that's
mm-hmm.
unfortunate.
Yes. If you can give your comment on this rating system, kind of what you personally think about it, and
the family entertainment rating?
Yes, please, give your comment on it.
I think the family entertainment rating would be a good thing. I think a rating like that, where parents could go to take their kids and know it would be completely free of any graphic violence or obscene material, that type of thing, any language, that would be a good thing. And even in the PG nowadays, they're sticking stuff in there that they really shouldn't, and they should really, there's just not enough movies that are generated to call for a G rating. And if it was an FE rating, a family entertainment rating, which would be either above a G or below a G, depending on how you want to work it, I think that would go over very well.
Yes.
And I wish you all the best with it.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. And one such movie that has really captured audiences very much so recently is The Chronicles of Narnia, finally, that has been produced yet again, and they have Disney and the other company, Walden Media, have done an excellent job. And I know you have told me already before that you've seen it. I want you to tell us about what you think about that movie.
Yes, I thought it was an excellent adaptation, and I grew up on the Chronicles of Narnia, and I got the series of books when I was 7 or 8, and I remember so many different things about the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe that just stayed with me as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
To see that portrayed on the screen exactly how I remembered it.
Yes.
Just absolutely incredible.
Yes. Amazing. I love the movie, and
Tilda Swinton did an
excellent but very interesting Wicked Witch.
Yes, very much so. But you know that she played the devil, so that's how it was
if you
on it.
Look at it from a Christian standpoint,
yes.
you can see the Christian undertones.
Yes, exactly.
In this film,
exactly.
And if you were brought up that way, you can I read the books in a Christian environment.
Yes.
So I was able to see exactly what they were trying to portray. If you're a non-Christian, you might not see those touches.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
if you were brought up in that environment when you grew up, you will definitely be able to see that the filmmakers were able to capture that aspect of it.
That's
in a very non-invading way.
Yes, very much so. Well, anyhow, thank you for that, and I thank you for everything you have given comment on and answering my questions this evening. It has been
my pretty.
Yes. Well, thank you, and it was fun. Whatever I can say to call you, Kurt Raymond.
Don't call me late for dinner.
What?
Just don't call me late for dinner.
Oh, hopefully not.
Okay.
But thank you very much. I hope you keep continuing on the years to come as you work with Elaine Horne and with Warner Brothers and your performances.
And I wish you the best for everything that you are trying to do.
Yes.
With the rating and keeping family entertainment alive.
Okay. Well, thank you again for everything you have done today, and it has been a great honor and pleasure to have you on here.
It was wonderful. I really enjoyed myself. Thank you.
Thank you. You're very welcome. Bye-bye.